Is considered to be the top most destination for the international students?
A lot of students, right, then they look at going abroad options. They have US as an option, they have UK as an option, they have Australia as an option. Like, but the majority
The Campus USA is gonna help out students from India.
providing them with an internship opportunity. We assist in job place.
Campus USA, we need to say you take care of internship. Now, apart from internship, what is Campus USA?
So we do the whole A to Z.
Welcome to Campus USA. This channel is all about helping you understand the basic benefits and opportunities of studying and working in the USA, especially internship. Today we have a special guest, our CEO Harish Anandapadmana, joining us all the way from US. Okay, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe Campus USA. Inspired me good to meet you.
Hi, Dilip. The pleasure is on mine. Good to see you as well.
Thank you. And thanks for coming. And let's start with your journey to US.
Sure. My journey started around 25 years ago. I went to the US to do my master's in the year 2000. I actually finished my engineering in 1999 and then took a break here to study for my GRE and did prepared my US journey. Did my GRE and then got into a couple of universities. So I went to Arizona State University in the year 2000 and then transferred to University of Illinois at Chicago. What place? Also, it's known as UIC, and that's what most of the students know as. After completing that, I went into the IT field. I was in the IT field for close to 17 years. 2017, I'm still in the IT field in terms of running a software company called AP's Data Technology. So that's why I started that in 2011. Also, it's been there for the last 15 years. But then also opened up a few more verticals, like real estate, in terms of development, construction, also in the hospitality field, and a few other fields as well. For try to win the American dream. It's good, but through entrepreneurship. That's big.
So all these, which is your favorite work?
Technology. AP's Data Technologies is my favorite vertical because I've always believed in solving problems, and using technology to solve problems is something that is my main note of. Right. So that's the main thing that we implement in AP's Data Technologies, where we try to solve complex problems like here using technology and keeping it simple.
So how about Campus USA?
So Campus USA is the most recent vertical, which came about based on my relationship with a couple of universities at the US. So the main intent is to provide a complete journey for a student who comes from India to the US. Most of the universities over there, right, are well known and they provide the basic requirements. But once a student goes over there, there's nobody to make sure that their journey is carried on. So that's where Campus USA comes into the picture. So from our perspective, we want to make sure that we create a complete journey for all the students who want to do their master's or any programs in the US from start to finish. We're also focusing on undergrad programs as well. But the goal is to create a complete journey for every student who goes through Campus USA to the US.
Why is USA considered to be the top most destination for the international students?
So from a lot of students, right, they look at going abroad. They have options. They have US as an option, they have UK as an option, they have Australia as an option. Right. But the majority of the students, according to me, prefer the US because US has always been the land of the dreams, right? With the American dream,
Especially for the Indian students.
exactly. And also, once you complete your master's in your higher studies, there is a very good chance, high probability for you to get a job in the US. We can't say the same thing when it comes to UK or Australia. More often than not, I've heard of a lot of students coming back after finishing their master's back to India because they didn't have the opportunities over there. So that's one of the main reasons where most of the students prefer going to the US, because of a continuing potential for job opportunities, and also the potential for them to be in an interview.
Oh, thanks. So where do you think Campus USA is gonna help out students from India?
So the goal of Campus USA is to provide that journey, the student journey, starting from when they apply, okay, all the way to them landing in the US, followed by providing them with an internship opportunity, okay, followed by assistance in terms of a job place. Like we're not guaranteeing job placement. I want to make sure that it's very clear. But for students who have the right attitude and who've gone above and beyond, we assist in job place. So that's the whole route that we want to create, that journey.
So you made us sit in throughout the admission process, and do you take care of the internship for the students who comes to Campus USA, right?
Correct. So obviously they have to start off with the admission process, right? Based on the university that they want to apply for, there's an admission criteria. So we make sure that we help them with their admission criteria, especially with their statement of purpose, their scores when it comes to TOEFL, as well as their transcripts as Indian transcripts. We help them with that.
To Campus USA, you're saying you take care of internship. Yeah, apart from internship, what is Campus USA?
So we do the whole A to Z from start to finish. The whole point is to create the whole student journey, right? From when they start, starting from the application itself. We help them with the application process. We make sure that they have the right documents. We help them with the statement of purpose. Okay, help them with what they need to speak from a visa officer perspective, interview officer perspective. That's great. We also help them once they go to the US. We help them with housing, with most of the universities, especially the universities that we had relationships with, we provide them that literally we handhold and provide them with all the information that is needed for them or required for them so that their first semester is conflict. And after their first semester, we provide them with internship opportunities. And if they do very well from the second semester onwards, it can be a paid internship opportunity where they work with real world projects, followed by a potential job placement as well, where we let the company know that they have been working with APS Data Technologies, which is our sister company, so that it's easy for them to manage job.
So, tell me, Dosik, what is the one thing a student has to be keep it in mind when they are pay for their abroad university?
So they want to make sure, you have to make sure that they know exactly what they get it into, right? Many times there is a notion that everything, once they go to the US, things will be easy. That's not necessarily the case. They have to make sure that they have the right attitude in terms of they have to realize that they're going there for their higher studies, which means they have to be focused. It's easy for students to get carried away. Oh, I'm in the US, I can go whatever I want. But it's important for them to keep in mind that they're there to do their higher studies and focus. So having the right attitude is very, very important. So that is what I would say will be the primary thing that they need to work for, right? This attitude.
How about the financial part? Suppose an English student is going from here to US. Now, how much do you think per year it costs?
So based on the program itself, for a master's program, it can cost anywhere between $40,000 to $45,000 based on the different universities, okay, that you would apply for. But the good thing with Campus USA is we have a relationship with a couple of universities that are well-reputed universities where they can do the whole master's program paying just $20,000 or $25,000 for the whole program, so which equates to maybe $10,000 per year or $12,000 per year, and that's all it would cost for them to finish their masters. So, but then it's important for the students to go through the universities that we have relationships with in order to avail that scholarship.
You said something about the colleges you are connected with. It's gonna be like you're only with the colleges that you are connected with, or we gonna keep admissions and take care of the admissions for other universities as well.
So any student who wants to come through Campus USA can apply for any university of their choice. You're not forcing them into applying to the universities that we have a relationship with. But we obviously will provide the value proposition for each student, letting them know that if they go through universities that we have a relationship with, there is a scholarship, there's a potential, obviously, that I mentioned about the internship opportunities, right? So it's in their best interest. But we're not forcing them into it. It's their choice. We will help the student base irrespective of which university they apply. But obviously, we'll make a value proposition as to why these two universities will be useful.
That's great. So most of the institutions they offer sponsorship like that. How about Campus USA?
So for Campus USA, based on the relationship that we have with the two universities so far, we can provide them with scholarship opportunities. We made sure that we've included that in our organization to these universities to provide scholarships. So we can provide up to $7,200 worth of scholarships for the students who want to pursue their masters based on universities that we have relationships with. $7,200 is a lot of money, right? It's equivalent to almost 6 months for the students in terms of their apartments, rents, in terms of the food costs, in terms of their grocery costs. It's almost $1,200 a month that you will save on.
Yeah, almost 6 months they'll be covering it with a scholarship on the
Right, exactly. And that is why it's important for all students to take a look at this opportunity with these universities.
So moving to say all the students who come to Campus USA gonna get this scholarship, right?
Correct. With respect to these universities that we have a relationship with, yes. Because we made sure that we vet out the application and we made sure that that scholarship is well reserved. So from that perspective, if they go through Campus USA to these two universities, we made sure that they end up with a scholarship.
How important is a SOP in admission?
It's very important because SOP, which is also statement of purpose, simplifies intent, right? What universities want to know is why are you interested in applying for their university? So it's important to have a clear, concise, and clarifying SOP document in order to give the student the best chance to get an admit. So it's very, very important.
Okay. How Campus USA is gonna help the student in getting a SOP learn?
So we know what the universities expect. Based on our relationship with the universities, we have a good idea in terms of what the university expects from each student. So that's what we will impress upon each student. Like there we ask that what are your academics, right? What are your extracurricular activities? What are you, whether it's sports, can be music, it can be a whole lot of different things. And then we channelize all of this in order and then create a separate document which will give a very good first impression to the universe. And it's important to have a good SOP because the university will have multiple thousands of applications, right? So this is one of the main documents that they look at in terms of shortlists. So we have to make sure that we have a good statement of purpose doc, and we make sure that we help each and every student to come to us. We make sure that they have a good doc.
So apart from SOP, so what does we do in terms of visa processing?
So from our perspective, we coach every student, right? Obviously, statement of purpose is very important because we provide a personalized document for each and every individual, right? But it's also important that from a visa perspective, we train the students what to say and what not to say, especially from a visa officer. It's important that they don't get the impression that you're a potential immigrant, because if they get that impression, then it's a quick reject. So we make sure that we train each and every student to come to us with what exactly each be said during the visa interview process.
As mentioned earlier, William, you mentioned A to Z, as in like now start to end what we do as from Campus USA. Can you take us to the journey?
Definitely, that's a very big question because it's important for the student to understand what we provide, right? It's easy for us to say we provide the whole journey, but what exactly is that journey? So we start off with the student coming to Campus USA in order to apply for a university abroad, right? Especially the US. We specialize only in the US universities. So once they come in with the University X, we make sure that we understand what is the admission criteria for that particular university. And we help them with the application process. We also let them know about the universities that we have relationships with and let them know that our universities provide the same quality of education for half the tuition price. But obviously, we don't want to force them. They want to, if based on whatever university they want to go to, we want to encourage that. That's great, right? So once they come to us, we help them with the application process. We help them with the visa interview process. And once they get the visa, and they take the flight and they come and land in the US. We make sure that we handhold them in terms of ensuring that they whether it's when it comes to housing, whether it's when it comes to student community, we introduce them to those things so that they are not left high and dry. And once they finish that, the first semester, understanding the nuances of studying in the US, we also provide them with internship opportunities. That's great, right? And we make sure that once they finish the second semester, once they finish their internship, and based on how they do, we provide them with potential for paid internships as well, which is very, very important, especially when you want experience. After finishing your master's, you want to make sure that you have work experience. So getting an internship that exposes a student with the real world projects that the industry requires is going to give them a leg up. And we want to make sure that through Campus USA, each and every student has that leg up. Once they complete the internship and once they are ready to graduate, we also help them with placement opportunities. We're not guaranteeing jobs, but we help them with placement opportunities in terms of making sure that they have all the real world projects experience so that whenever there's an interview, they're actually able to answer those questions.
Now let's talk about financial. Most of the Indian students daily financial assistance to go abroad and sit. So how Campus USA on a help them?
That's a good question. So from a financial aid perspective, Right? It depends on the tuition that that particular university charge. So while the student is applying for a university, can range anywhere between $20,000 for their master's program, all the way up to $40,000 or $45,000. So we help the student understand the nuances. So if they go through the universities that we have a relationship with, we want to make sure that the student goes through the student only pays a smaller amount in terms of the tuition fees. Because of our discussions with the universities in terms of providing scholarships, we're able to negotiate a lower tuition cost if they come in through Campus USA. But outside of that, the student is able to apply to whatever university they want, and the financial aid for the students is based on that particular universe, right? For example, certain universities provide financial aid from the second semester onwards, certain universities don't. So that is dependent upon the particular university. But most of the students also get a tuition assistantship in terms of a teaching assistant or a research assistant or a graduate assistant based on the university that they go to. Most of those assistantships cover the tuition, and it also gives them a monthly stipend of anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 that will take care of the living expense. But outside of that, our main goal is to make sure that they go to universities where the tuition is lesser. That way, if they don't get a financial assistantship, they're still able to afford the tuition fees.
So give me a blueprint for a successful American trip.
Sure. I'll use myself as an example. For all the students who want to go to America, right? Pursuing the American dream is one of the main primary reasons why every student wants to go there, right? So from that perspective, it's important for them to have the right outlook. So it's important for them to focus. Once they go there, right, you have the potential for a lot of distractions, but the ability to remain focused and make sure that you have the right fundamentals, because you're going to there to do your masters, right? So make sure that you have the right attitude. Make sure that you understand the concepts. It's not about rote learning. There's a lot of practical nature in terms of how they teach, right? You do a lot of projects that are much more practical in nature than what you learn in India. India is a lot more theoretical. So from that perspective, you have to make sure that you apply yourself. And once you apply yourself and you build the right skill set, the opportunities will come to you. And then the world is in your palms. Because it is actually true. When they say that America is the land of dreams, it's actually true. And I'm one prime example for that. The opportunities are there, but you have to make sure that you have the right attitude, and you have to have the right work ethic, and you have to have the right focus. And if you're able to do all that, more often than not, opportunities will come to you and you will be successful.
I'm very sure that a person like you who can guide Indian students, they gonna reach heights for sure.
Absolute. And that is something that I want to be a part of. Right now, I'm at a stage where I want to give back to the community. And we have a huge percentage of youths in the 18 to 34 age group. And there's a huge shortage of technical jobs, technology jobs. I want to bridge the gap. And by creating that journey for each and every student who wants to come to the United States, I feel that we can easily create and bridge that gap. Definitely. Right? So from that perspective, I'm really confident that we can impact a lot of students' lives and a lot of individuals' lives.
Harish, thank you so much for coming here, flying all the way from the US and letting us know about Campus USA and what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a great year for the students who are trying to fly abroad and pursue their higher studies. Thank you so much, sir.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. And I'm really confident that at Campus USA, we can help each and every student achieve their American dream. Thank you. Thank you.